Yo guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of the FM Reboot. It's episode number 53, and today we're returning with two massive games with top of the table Wolves, both away from home in a space of 3 days. First Leicester at the King Power, and then Chelsea at the Bridge. Before we get to the games though, shows me getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our big 1-0 win over Arsenal and then the big 1-0 loss away against Celtic. Following that, 6 games in a run of camera, 5 in the Premier League and 1 in the Europa League. And as you can see, the winless run was extended to 3. Yes, we started off with a 1-1 draw away at Goodison Park against Everton. So, not Goodison Park now, they've moved to the new stadium, haven't they? Which looks fabulous, by the way. The renditions I've seen, and the renders, I should say, look brilliant. I'm very excited for when work gets started on that. But yeah, the Toffees managed to halt us in this game, become only the third team even this season to halt us in the Premier League. Silva gave us the lead, but Doucouré levelled it later on with a lovely effort in a 1-1 draw. And following that, we had our first loss in the Premier League. It was going to happen. We weren't going to do an Arsenal. We weren't going to do an Invincibles. No, we were going to lose at some point, but I tell you what, if we were to lose, I was pretty proud of this performance here. 1-0 away at Old Trafford. I threw a rotated side out there. A couple of starters, but for the most part, quite a few fringe and bench players getting the game time. But such a frustrating game. We played just as good as the Red Devils, matched up with them every step of the way. The own goal from Eric Bailly, so unfortunate. And right at the end of the game, Jimenez having a goal disallowed through VAR. Gave it everything in this game, just unfortunately came out with nothing. First loss of the season, but what a response from Wolves. No wins in 3, then 4 on the trot. Starting off a win on the South Coast against Southampton at St Mary's, where Fabio Silva bagged a hat-trick in this game. One of those games where you sort of realise this guy's full potential and wonder why I wasn't playing him instead of Raul Jimenez for such a long time. But yeah, 3 for Silva, and whilst the Saints would get themselves a late goal, it was nothing other than a consolation. Following that 6-0 win against Anderlecht in the Europa League group stage finale. Obviously the game meant nothing, would already guaranteed top spot despite the loss against Celtic on match day 5 due to head-to-head record. So put a weakened side out there, but still managed to get a big dominant victory. Jimenez bagged a brace in this one, but the story was Francesco Viscardi, the young Italian striker. I don't know whether he is considered a certified wonder kid or not. I mean, he's got the potential to be one. I don't know whether the game recognises him as that right now, but he scored 4 goals in this game, 3 coming in the space of 19 minutes in a massive 6-0 win there. So great to close out the Europa League with a big win, even though we had nothing to play for. But following that, back-to-back wins and 3 straight clean sheets in all competitions. First 3-0 victory over West Brom in a Midlands derby. All the goals coming in the second half. First string Cal connected to a Morton Forsby through ball. I've got to point out the assists when Forsby gets them because they're so rare. He made it 1-0. Then Fabio Silva bagged our second, and Jordao turned in a Traore cross late on in a reasonably comfortable 3-0 victory at Molineux. And our final game was a late win against West Ham by 2-0. God knows how it took us so long to get the goals though. We scored 2 in 2 minutes. First string Cal from the spot, and then Viscardi turning in a slide tackle off the bench in a 2-0 win. But really, we should have been home and dry by the hour mark, to be honest. Got the goals late on, but fully deserved the win. So, real briefly, I will show you the Europa League group. That was how it finished in the end. Again, we'd already guaranteed top spot into the final day anyway, but Celtic actually lost to Strasbourg on match day 6, which is really interesting because Strasbourg lost their first 4 and then won their last 2, which I just found very interesting, really. But as for the knockout stage, as you know, we get a bye in the first knockout round, and we'll go into the second knockout round, but that is how the first knockout round has been drawn. But that's the Premier League. That's the most important thing right now. As you can see, Wolves are still top. We're 6 points clear of Arsenal, and yes, the undefeated start has gone. We still got the best defensive record with only 7 conceded in 18 games, 1 game before the halfway point. And the question is, can we keep this up in the second half of the season? Well, I think after today's episode, we'll know if we are genuine title contenders. I've got a bad feeling we're going to lose back-to-back away against Leicester and Chelsea, 2 really good teams. But if we could win them both, I tell you what, the odds on us being champions would be slashed. Come on, Wolves. Nothing else to show you. I don't think we have had a youth intake preview. Can I find it, actually? Is the email gone by now? Or can I find it? There we go. But this is a very poor crop of players, unfortunately, is the bullet point I tend to get more than any other with my youth intakes. Never do I get a good youth intake. So, yeah, no surprises there. But, yeah, heading into the first game, it is indeed Leicester away on Boxing Day right now, just outside of a European place. So, heading into the game, big one here for both teams for different reasons, and this will be our team on the injury report right now. 2 players are down. Nato, unfortunately, is down. He twisted his ankle in training and is still out, unfortunately. unfortunately, one of our players this season. Also, Semedo is, of course, still down with a hip injury, he got back in November. I will probably look to offer him out to clubs in a week's time when the January window opens. Beijing are still interested. So, yeah, if they want to pay us 15 mil, which would be just under double his market valuation right now, then yeah, I mean, I'd take that every day of the week. So, heading to the game, 4-2-3-1, this is our team. Unai's in goal. But for is like Nuri, Big Chris, Johan, and Max Harris. I want to keep showing you the development of our young players. Johan doing very well, as we know, as is Cater, our 2 certified Belgian wonder kids. He's alongside Forsby. Jota and Trincao are on the wings, and Wendy supports Silver up top. Onovich Henderson by Williams, Ward-Prowse, Jordan, Traore, and Viscardi as well. Is he a certified wonder kid? I don't think he is. Oh, he is indeed. Certified wonder kid, but I'm not a fan of Red Arrows. So, we've actually got 4 certified wonder kids here, but unfortunately Miguel just isn't getting the game time right now because of how good our defense has been. I don't want to change things. Anyway, first game, it's Leicester away at King Power. Come on Wolves, big win here. Let's stay top halfway through. In fact, actually thinking about it, we'll be top regardless, won't we? So yeah, we're definitely going to be top regardless of what happens in this game, but I'd hate to lose on Boxing Day, and now just our second defeat of this season as we're about to close out the calendar year. Again, I'm downplaying our title chances this season because I've been hurt too many times. I don't want to get my hopes up again for them to be dashed by this cruel game that for some reason we seem to love. As, oh my goodness, a cross hitting the post and we'll scramble it away. I can't keep doing this to myself, man. Becoming optimistic and then just feeling dejected come the end of the season. Buendia, corner, backstick, claimed. Buendia. Jota, and that's a lovely free ball to Silva, and tame effort from Fabio, who this season has really struggled, unfortunately. I've kept him as our main out-and-out striker. I know he bagged a hat-trick against Southampton, but he's just been very inconsistent. I think the main reason why is he wants a new contract, and I said I wasn't going to give him one because he's still got 3.5 years left in his deal. Plus, he's also got an optional 1-year extension to us. Oh, what a strike from Max Aarons. Wolves go in front, first for the club, for the former Canary, but what a ball and what a finish. That's going to look glorious on the 3D, that is. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much, but Forsby offloads to Cater. What a brilliant pinpoint through ball, and what a brilliant pinpoint finish. That looks so clean, because both the assist and the goal were across the ground and diagonals. Does that make sense? Well, I mean, you just saw it, so obviously it does. What a wonderful goal by the former Norwich defender, and Wolves are in front on Boxing Day, away against Leicester on match day 19. And that's a great ball by Trincao, and Silva might need some support. He's tackled and Leicester clear. Tell you what, if we can win this and beat Chelsea as well, and I said it earlier, the odds on us becoming champions will be absolutely slashed. Say the Gunners slip up at home to Watford, and Man City and Chelsea draw, that'll probably be the best result for us, really. That'll be a huge luxury, and if Newcastle take points off Liverpool as well, I will start believing that this could be the year. But I don't want to get my hopes up too much. So you've played well so far, still room for improvement. Second half to begin, up by 1. Docs, mate, why are you doing this to yourself, bro? Why are you doing this to yourself? You know we can't win silverware. I've not won a single bloody trophy in FM21 in the 7 seasons combined so far. Why do you think it's going to be different in the 8th? But with 20 minutes to go, once again a rear guard defensive display still sees us leading as we come to the final 10. Well, once again, it's our defence that might well see us through. However, Leicester have got a free kick 25 yards from goal, and James Maddison has just produced a beauty. Nothing you can do about that. Fair play. Oh, God. Literally seconds into stoppage time, and it's an absolutely stupendous effort. Nothing we could do about that, nothing Unai could do about that, and Leicester have managed to clinch and steal a point right at the death. Okay, I would have taken a draw pre-game, I'll take it. I can just see the meltdown coming. I can just see the meltdown coming in January. You know, how many times I've talked about it, especially in the Fulham save. There always seems to be a period during the campaign when you really struggle, and oftentimes it is mid-season. It is January or February. And we're just about to enter January. We've got big games coming. Spurs beat Brighton. Arsenal beat Watford. Thankfully, Newcastle's got a 96-minute leveller there against Liverpool. And Chelsea won a 7-goal thriller against Manchester City. Okay. Alright. Okay. Disappointing to throw away the 3 points so late on. We still have the best defensive record in the division with only 8 conceded. We're still top and only 1 defeat in 19. We're 4 points clear of Arsenal. We have the same goal difference record as. Do you know what? Disappointing throwaway right at the end. But look at where we are right now. Top. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Would have been a massive win, but it's fine. He says. Gritting his teeth. I tell you who else thinks it's fine right now. Jeff, the man who used to hate me. Board request meeting to discuss new contract. Absolutely, lads. Give me a new deal. Halfway through the season, top of the table, and a new deal on the table. You got to love it. So, heading into the second and final games. This episode is indeed Chelsea away. We might as well process through the games together with a late kickoff at 5:30. So, there is a big game on midday. You would have seen that there. Liverpool versus Spurs. Massive one. Lunchtime. And we shall see how that turned out. And it was a win for Liverpool. 1-0 against Spurs. Man City also beat Brighton as well. So, no teams doing us favours in the early kickoff. So, heading into the game, as you can see right now, Chelsea are 8 points behind on the table. They really need to win this one, to be fair, in West London if they are to make the ground up. And this is going to be our team. I might make a couple of changes real briefly, just for energy primarily, on the bench. I must say, I prefer the hearts to the numbers and the percentage, which is bizarre, I know, because it's less accurate, if you will, and less detailed, but I kind of prefer it that way, you know. It's probably best not to know for 100% what your players are feeling in terms of their condition, because if you had a player that was 89%, he's not starting. If the player had 90%, well, I can give him a game, why not? Here's the game, no few changes. Unai still in goal, in the back four is now like Nuri, Eric, Johan, and Aaron's Ward-Prowse forwards through the middle, Trey on the left, Trincao on the right, and once again, Buendia supporting Silva. I was very tempted to give Viscardi the go, but no, I'm going to go with Fabio. On the bench, Henderson, McTominay, Williams gives White, Jordao, Jimenez, and Viscardi as well. Second and final game, massive one away at the bridge. Again, I'll take a point here. Come on, Wolves. We've had a couple of big scalps already this season. Obviously, none more dramatic than that Manchester City one. But even so, a point will do me fine. We're away against one of the bigger teams. Are we as good as them right now as Johan scrambles away? Well, maybe, based on the form, but you'd probably say yes, but even so, I don't know why, when I'm doing like a long save where I'm using a team that isn't one of the traditional top 6 in the Premier League, which is every save I do, I have this kind of like, not imposter syndrome feeling, but even when we get really good, I still feel like we're the underdogs. As Traore smashed it in for his second of the year, and 1 minute in, we lead. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Again, could you classify it as imposter syndrome? I mean, really? You know, could you say we level up against a team like Chelsea right now? Possibly, with the quality we've got out there and the way our young players develop. But again, there still is that kind of feeling of inferiority. It is that inferiority complex, you know? But put those mental issues to the side. Wolves are in front. Body language is good. I'm not shouting as much as I used to nowadays, because for some reason the encouraged shout, which I always used to use, seems to have a negative effect on my team's body language. But anyway, second half is going to fall 28 minutes in as we still lead by 1 and look reasonably comfortable out there. And now I've said that, you know what's going to happen. But it's when Buendia slid down the left-hand side here by Nuri, will play it back to the left-back, who plays it back to Buendia. But was he offside? I think that's offside. I think that's offside. Silva turns in, but he wasn't off. It was Buendia. 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and Docs having goals disallowed through VAR. But as I mentioned many times before, like, the decisions are like practically always right in FM. Yeah, and you can see, in fact, Silva was offside initially. And of course, it was Buendia that slid it through to him. But yeah, Buendia offside. And again, 95% of the time they're right. You know, I have seen a couple which have been called incorrectly, or so you'd think. But even so, you know, it's still frustrating as hell, because that would have given us a 2-goal cushion in the first half where we've played really, really well. There's 11 minutes to go. We're still leading in West London and a chance to make it 2, which we've done, but that's going to be offside as well. Silva once again has his second goal disallowed in 5 minutes for offside. But once again, I think it's the right call. Didn't even get a replay for that one, so he must have been definitely offside. Dear oh dear, as Johan heads just wide. He almost got his 3rd goal of the season, but just couldn't convert. This is so frustrating. We're leading to the bridge. We're taking the game to Chelsea right now, but we're still only up by 1. If we go into the dressing room, still only leading by 1, as Johan again goes close. I swear he wins 99% of his aerial duels. To be fair, doesn't he have like 18 for jumping or something stupid? 17, and he's 6'2" as well, so not a real surprise. But even so, up at the bridge by a goal at the break, but it should be 3 or 4 up. corner, Wolves, and our pressure has been relentless here. I can't believe we still haven't found a second goal yet. Oh, just please, game, give me something off the post. And Chelsea clear. We're not going to win this. They're going to grab an 88th minute leveller, and a 91st minute winner. You can just tell. It's all Wolves, man. It is literally all Wolves right now. Buendia tackle, but Aarons picks it back up, and now Morton Forsby crosses. And yes, don't you dare disallow that, because he was definitely onside. Traore's brace, Forsby's brilliant ball, and Wolves up by 2. Well, about 7 highlights later, after Fabio Silva's first disallowed goal, we've got one that stands. What a brilliant cross by Morton Forsby for his 3rd assist of the season in the Premier League, and Adama Traore gets his 3rd goal of the campaign. Wolves lead by 2. Oh, could you imagine if we would have beaten Leicester and gone 9 points clear of the Gunners? Hey, listen, we're 2-0 up at Stamford Bridge and extending our gap. Perspective. Free kick, Chelsea. Whipped in. And off the bar, and Forsby clears. I can't take another 18 games of this. Oh, wow, I'll tell you what, in terms of the stats, it seems like it was quite a balanced game, but the highlights told a different story. No doubt about that. I guess we must have had some committed defending out there, not for the first time this season. Because once again, it's another clean sheet, another shutout, and another big win for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Top of the table, 20 games in, 7 clear of the Gunners, so they do have the game in hand. Once again, Morton Forsby was absolutely brilliant out there. Another man of the match. The guy this season, and I say it all the time, when I signed him, I wouldn't necessarily say he was a novelty, but you know what, I signed him. But even so, I put him in the first team, I got rid of Dendoncker, and he's literally nailed down a first team spot and been sublime year after year. 5 seasons in, he doesn't put a foot wrong. This dude this year has been absolutely brilliant. So when is the Gunners game? Is that the late kickoff tonight? No, it's Manchester United versus Watford. I think what we'll do before we end the episode is process through, see if our Midlands rivals Villa can do us a favour there at the Emirates. Because if they can, as Watford did us a favour, we'll be 7 clear of the Gunners as we come in to the January transfer window. So we'll quickly process through together. Hope this doesn't take too long to do. And it will end the episode there where, regardless of what happens, oh, I've got to do the new contract first, hold on. I want to get rid of this bloody signed Portuguese players club culture objective target thing. It's so annoying. Like, seriously, I don't... Like, look, lads, let it go, alright? Just let it go, lads. Oh, 5 years, 145 grand a week. I say that every 2 years, mate. I say that every 3 years. But even so, that's glorious. And delighted to sign a new contract. But, lads, let the Portuguese phase go, alright? It's a phase, you know? It's finished now. We had our Portuguese phase. And now we're all about mental attributes and defying the odds. So, we'll process through together. Did we see Aston Villa do us a favour against Arsenal? No. Martinelli with the only goal of the game in the 1-0 victory. So, 18 games to go. The gap is 4. We've got a slightly better goal difference record. And we still have the best defensive record in the division. Disappointed about the late slip up to Leicester, but I tell you what, we're still in pole position, and I can't believe it. But that went today's episode of the FM Reboot, guys. Big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I think we could come back with possibly Spurs and Newcastle in January, maybe, or maybe the Magpies and then Man City away. One of those two. I'm not entirely sure. To be fair, if we beat Blackpool in the FA Cup 3rd round, we'll have the 4th round, and probably Spurs as well. One of those 3. We'll have a think. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of the FM Reboot very soon.